Staring at the screen, the colors spin. Just a wait screen, where do I begin? This isn't a show, it's just a delay. Still here you are, you decided to stay. It's not a movie, ain't no special guest, just a wait screen, not the very best. Yet you're glued, anticipation's high for the stream to start. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Yes, it's late, we'll be starting soon. In this digital world we croon for the content we've yet to see. On a wait screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Patience is a virtue, they say, but this wait screen's making you sway to a tune only time can keep. As you watch, half awake, half asleep. Oh, the seconds tick, but the fun's on hold. The wait screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense for the content we've yet to see. On a wait screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Patience is a virtue, so they say, but this wait screen's making you sway to a tune only time can keep. As you watch, half awake, half asleep. Oh, the seconds tick, but the fun's on hold. The wait screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Wait screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Staring at the screen, the colors spin. Just a wait screen, where do I begin? This isn't a show, it's just a delay. Still here you are, you decided to stay. It's not a movie, ain't no special guest. Just a wait screen, not the very best. Yet you're glued, anticipation's high for grim to start. Oh my, yes, it's wait screen. We'll be starting late in this digital world that we create for the content we've yet to see. On a wait screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's always screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's always screen, you know the rest.
Sure.
In the grim, dark future, there's no time for fun. But when the day's battles are said and done, John, Danny, and Dickie are here for a laugh. In a galaxy torn, they're the ones with the craft. It's grim after dark, where the bolters spark, where dreadnoughts nap and orcs embark. Tune in, grab a pint, and don't be late for tales of heresy and a healthy debate.
Welcome to Grim After Dark. As you can see by my hands, after last week's terrible only hands, I am not behind the production desk today. Even though if you look at it right now, Dickie is in front of the desk.
Oh my God! I forgot.
Visually, mentally he is behind the desk. Back to the reins.
What do I do? Okay, one second.
But don't worry, fear not. It's 54 days until.
I'm so goddamn short. That's the problem.
You are short king. 54 days before. 54 days before Dickie heads over to WTC, and you have to put up with my editing. So a few more dodgy weeks going on. I'm going to kill for time really quick because as Dickie feverishly fingers away behind the desk, and no, I'm not changing the phrasing on that whatsoever.
You could change it a bit though, no?
I could. I don't think I'm going to. But yeah, so. Only has mirrored out. Probably a few 10 more times I'm going to be running it, but I learned a lot. Don't rewatch it. Don't listen to it. It's not. It's for our usual low quality. This was a new low. But if you are going to watch it just for the beautiful side of Mr. Daniel McDevitt's face. And that's something that we all should watch along for. Tonight on Grim After Dark, lots to go over. We're talking leaks. We're talking wordplay. We are talking. Leaks, wordplay, furries, and then also I dived into Warhammer competitive for something that I want to start calling competitive questions, casual answers. There's a Daniel J. McDevitt Esquire that's just popped onto screen.
More importantly, there's a TV. Hey, we got the TV back.
I'm gonna. Oh, what?
I know that's what I'm shocked. That was my shock face, Dickie. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah. You're shocked and also really angry face look the same. Yeah.
They're basically the same. Yeah, you're right.
But I went to the deep dredge of Grim After Dark stuff that we've never used or used very little, and found the TVs. Yeah. Did
you remember to find the quality segments?
Unfortunately, quality segments I left back there. That's not our MO.
Damn it. Just to be uber shitty for a second, Danny, can I just say that I'm pleasantly surprised that the first thing that didn't happen when you come on was audio issues.
Thanks, man.
A little inside baseball. But before he got his fancy new setup, the running theme was at least every week one of our audio would not work consistently. And it was always my favorite when Danny's audio didn't work. Because he was visibly frustrated with it.
Yeah, every single time he swore. Although, Danny, I really love that we're highlighting the pile of shame that you have behind you.
I just added more boxes to it today too. So
What do we have?
But man, I did some hobby progress today.
Ooh, oh hell yeah! Let's independent characters this shit. Let's get into some hobby progress.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
this week have finished building all the infantry for my Emperor's Children army.
Oh yeah,
including both variations of it.
Fermentors and Infractors. Yes.
Yep, exactly. Well, and some Noise Marines.
All right, sorry, guys. Can you say what you did again, real quick?
Oh, sorry. Did I cut out there?
No. Just for professionalism on my part here. What did you accomplish this week?
I built some models,
That's right, you did.
yeah?
Yeah.
And today I primed all those models. I'm getting ready
Wow.
to slap chop them.
Isn't
Wow.
it really satisfying to see your entire army together
Eh.
Yeah, okay,
and at least primed?
yes, but I can't claim that for this at this point because I'm using 2 old demon princes for stand-ins for my new ones. But yes, I do
You
love.
The
monster.
old ones hold up. The old ones hold up.
Do they?
Yeah, man,
The new ones
You
are
know,
like like unbelievably better. But yeah,
so much better.
I didn't realize they were like $170 each.
they're very expensive. Yes,
Well, what are?
The demon princes.
the demon princes.
No, well, I mean, yeah, they might be going for that much right now.
What's the back of the truck price then?
It's 80. It should be $84.
Really?
Really?
That's what I've been buying them at.
Oh, do you know
$175?
Yeah.
That Canadian?
I mean, it might be. I do my little pre-order
Australia?
trick means
I mean,
sometimes I shop in different countries.
Scarbrand was $190 Canadian. So
Yeah, but a demon prince is not a greater demon, and you can't.
Uh,
There's a
there's
certain
actually not a
wow
lot of
factor
size different. There's not a lot of size
that they bill for. Oh, they're God damn it, Dickie. Scarbrand is much larger than a demon prince, like significantly so.
mm,
He's bulked out.
Maybe
but I
not
don't know.
taller, like by the tip of the horn to like the bottom of his chin,
just the tip.
but like
Just the tip, baby.
he also has massive wings.
$84. You're right, Danny. I was
Yeah,
actually looking at the New Zealand web store for no reason whatsoever.
You wanted to feel better about yourself for a minute?
Yeah,
Like-
that's why I go into the New Zealand web store on Saturday mornings, is so I can feel better about
Everyone
myself.
makes like $100,000 in New Zealand, John, all the time, so it's not as
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody.
That guy flipping your burger, your $10,000 burger at McDonald's, he's on $100,000 a year.
delicious.
Delicious though. But yeah, Only Hands recap. Super quick. We were super happy to welcome Danny back. We were not super happy to welcome me behind the production desk. That'll get better. I think we figured out most of the kinks. We don't shame here. So coming up again next week, Danny's
Where's
going to
Val?
continue.
Where's
Do
Val
a
when you
little
need him?
bit.
Val would shame.
Val did shame.
I put my face on Only Hands. It seems like if
Very
I pointed
meta
this
joke.
out, it seems like a faux pas.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What was really funny is everyone's reaction wasn't happiness to see your face, but anger that they couldn't see your hands.
Yeah. Oh God. Why do we have to look at his face?
Who wants to look at these mids?
It's a very niche thing. But yeah, I was working on Death Company. I'm still working on Death Company now. They're very satisfying to paint, I gotta say. Because anytime my little X is squiggly, I just say they were really upset when they were painting it on. So you know, I don't imagine that your average horror seer would stay still long enough to have a very nicely painted X on there. So I have a couple of these real angry boys.
Fair.
And I think the main pain for me right now is I miss doing the Foot Death Company because on the table I'm annoyed they don't have more close combat weapon options. But the sheer different amount of guns and things to punch with that I have to paint on the Jump Death Company is a pain in the ass.
I get that.
But we're getting through it. I also want to go through last week. We finished off with this wonderful Hasselhoff tier list of being the world's most memorable opponent. And
Yep.
we all came up to, and we all agreed the way to make yourself immortal in the Warhammer competitive tournament scene is to shit your pants, sneeze on your opponent's dice, and rub oil onto yourself while describing your list.
I mean, that would be one hell of a game.
One hell of a game.
Yeah. I'm just imagining the guy like after he sets up his army, just getting some oil in his hands and like rubbing them together real hard, like getting this nice and warmed up.
Oh, but buddy, I already got you figured because this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some black latex gloves.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay out our army and be like, hey, do you have any questions about this army or anything it does? And as we're saying that, we're just putting on the latex gloves. We're not acknowledging anything. Okay, well, it's just like it's not really a super standard Blood Angels list. It's like a lot of chaff. And as we're explaining things, just pouring baby oil into my forearms. I'm just rubbing away. I mean, I'm gonna be like, mainly I'm just gonna try, countercharge. I think is probably what I'm gonna do there. And these guys kind of hit quite a lot, but this guy has fights first. But I gotta tell you, he has fights first because the last guy I didn't tell, I got real mad about that. So And just
God,
slick
the
with Josh.
dream I get to play against you in that,
At
like
what
next to you
point
on that
would
first
he
game.
shit
Not against you. You don't have to do it to me. It'll be less funny.
Yeah.
At what
Absolutely. I
point
would just
would you
be
shit
one
your pants? Is the
one
question.
very. I'm not shitting my pants.
Not not
Um,
advisable, Dickie.
the other
Oh.
thing I want to see someone try and do is take pictures and attempt to sell your opponent's army in marketplace mid game. I think that would be.
You can get this much for it.
Do you know the? I think our community is shitty enough to have someone actually try that and be believable. Like if I heard the tournament in say England had someone try to sell their opponent's army mid game, I would believe that. Like no context needed. Like, oh, that sounds about right.
God, can you imagine?
No.
What a wonderful world we live in.
I love
No.
it.
But yeah, Josh Neal, quite correct. Quality is checked at the door. We do have some stuff to talk about though. Lots of news this week, guys. We got a new mission deck we won't be able to buy after 10:05 on Saturday morning. Chapter
Dude,
approved.
Make sure you freaking get it, guys. Like
Mission deck 2025-26 is coming this weekend. It will sell out right away.
It feels too soon. No, it feels a bit soon. Am I
It's-
wrong?
We're about 10
I'm
months, Danny. I'm kind of happy it's not coming like the week before Tacoma this time.
Yeah.
Because
I'm definitely ready for the new missions.
Yeah.
I didn't play Pariah Nexus nearly enough to get like hyper familiarized with all the cards.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to actually like trying to memorize everything about these, as I didn't have that memorized before.
Yeah, and like Pariah Nexus has some good stuff. I'm just excited to see what they sort of build on and kind of go from there. Dickie, I think you've played more Pariah Nexus than anyone here.
Yeah.
What are you hopeful to never see again?
Supply drop. Yeah. Supply drop is an awful mission. And
What makes it so bad? That's so mean.
So the type of armies that I play when I go all in at some point,
Mhm.
not knowing where I have to go all in at the start of the game is a little bit of a problem. But it's just I don't know. It's a poor design. It's not one of my favorites. Yeah.
So you know
Ritual.
how I counteract that with my army, Dickie, is everything is just movement 12.
Yeah.
So
no,
it's
that's pretty good.
all you do is you just move faster, and then you can be other places quicker.
Yeah, so depending on so whether I'm a Emperor's Children stan or if I'm ye old World Eaters
Long time
guy.
world eater
Oh,
aficionado.
yeah. The other movement 8 infantry army.
Yeah, they're pretty quick. Even good old little baby Scarbrand, little gorgeous little baby, small hands,
He's a grown
big
man.
arms.
He has a beard. There's your Talladega Nights quote of the
It
day.
is true. Yeah.
I just thought about that, Danny. Thank you for pointing that out. Dickie, every single army you play has faster than normal movement.
I mean,
Weird
yeah, but they didn't have
coincidence.
it before. And I will say, World Eaters feel real slow. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm
Yeah.
being an asshole, but not being
No.
able to advance and charge is like, I'm like, whoo, baby, like 10 inches is not that far.
What are you, my wife?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've tried to use the Juggernaut unit in the Demonkin, and they move 10. The good news is they can walk through walls. The bad
Yeah.
news is they can't advance and charge, so their threat range is not as far as I'm used to having. Yeah.
We're seeing here and this is the one that kind of caused a bit of controversy here. The greatest change that affects all 3 mission types is the Challenger system, which replaces the much lauded secret missions from the Pariah Nexus mission deck. Gives a player falling behind a chance to catch up with either a useful stratagem or extra mission with 1 on each card.
Yep.
Guys, what's your thought about cheeky little free extra stratagem?
I don't know. I never really use secret missions very much.
Yeah. You may use these guys because they have some pretty great rules, like maybe Scarbrand wants to walk through a wall.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Or maybe you can get really easy catch-up points. Really, so I said this last time. I don't like. I know you guys won't remember, but I said games are going to be tighter and closer, and that didn't happen. But I actually think like a lot of these scores are going to be quite easy to achieve. So I do think
Yeah.
maybe games become a lot tighter,
Now,
closer.
I actually feel like this may let people be more engaged through all 5 turns of the game.
Mhm.
Where like, oh, like I know I'm not going to win this, but I can score a few more points to try and position myself a little bit
Yep.
better in the event. Like, and I see people scrapping for points more, like kind of stuff with these.
Here's negative shitter me.
Oh, boy.
Do you feel something like this encourages what I'm going to refer to as a modern submarine, where you are actively trying to be 6 points behind in order to get a hold of some of these funner stratagems? Because
Funner.
6 points isn't a huge gap. And if you can suddenly give your stuff, walk through walls for nothing, pretty good.
I mean, it is good, but you also have to be losing.
Oh, buddy, I know
I
you're
mean,
not familiar with the concept, but I'm quite familiar.
But John,
Yeah.
like the thing that I like about this is it gives somebody these opportunities to like actually catch up and be more engaged in the game and keep it close.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
I don't
losing
think
in primary, right? It's not losing in secondary. It's primary loss that you.
right.
Yeah.
It says 6 VP. Started the battle round.
I can't. My eyes aren't that good. I
Okay.
can't read it. Yeah.
Yeah, also I covered it with a desk. You're welcome. Brad Barley.
Another thing this might be nice for, especially for people who don't like to keep track of this all the time, is knowing what the differential is every single turn.
Mhm. Oh, fair.
Like because people are going to have to start doing that more, and that's something to really pay attention to. I think that when I'm doing that, I feel like I'm like playing my best game.
Yeah.
Mm.
To be fair, there is times when I'm looking around the table and I'm like, holy shit, I'm screwed. And then I'm like, oh, I'm 2 points ahead? Like, what? And then
Yeah.
like that kind of mental changes. So yeah, that's a really good point about that. And Brad Barley's on. He says, long time, first time. Keep up the greatish work, which means he has listened for a long time.
Oh, that's a stretch.
If
Great
it's greatish,
take.
it's still a stretch, but you know, where we've Stockholmed him enough that's what comes across now. Hello, Vic, as well. But yeah, this is the new mission pack that's coming out this Saturday.
Well, what John? What do you think? Do you
Yeah.
not like that?
So, as a perennial mid-table player, my concerns are people are going to try and game it in a way that doesn't work. You know, you've seen Kung Pao enter the fist with Wimplo. They trained him wrong as a joke.
Yeah.
I can foresee arguments between players where you're like, hey man, you're 5 victory, you're 5 behind me. But your turn. No, I'm 6 behind you. I can see that argument happening.
So this did
Well-
happen in a competitive. So Manny Chima.
I am shocked
Yeah,
that
I
name
know.
came
What?
up.
Jesus.
Who?
Who indeed. I love
At
Manny.
least say someone with a reputation first.
I love a good Manny Chima list. I love a good Manny Chima. He was on
A
stream.
lot of
and
one thing. That's really good.
That's right.
That's a good
the
list.
way I build fucking lists. So he walked off an objective to be lower points, and he
Oh,
got
yeah.
so much hate from it from the community. So I don't know. Do you think that's a gamey thing nowadays? If
I
especially you have
think
that
at the
ability.
top tables,
Could
yeah.
be.
Mid tables, absolutely not. These are people who, you know, withhold information that doesn't matter. And then you're like, I got you. I'm hitting on 3s, not 4s. And you're like, okay. Still swing first. You know, like it's weird stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see. I really hope, in listening to what Danny said now, that it does go like the way of making games tighter, making sure both players are paying a lot more attention to the score. Because I mean, how many times have we been on by asked like, hey, what am I on right now? Like, brother, like you should know what you're on right now. I mean, I'll tell you, but like you should know.
Well, you should always talk about it every turn, right? And I think
Right.
that this like makes it a more like it's important that you both agree what the score is all the time.
Because you don't want to get to round 5 and be like, yeah, I have us at like 92-70. It's like, well, I actually have us at 91-97.
No, that's the worst. Yeah, never.
And then you have to
every
go
time.
back round by round, like, no, because you scored assassination on your turn, not on my. And it's the worst. So anything that kind of helps with that's great. I think free strats is a really interesting way of balancing.
I agree. I really like the whole strat or card kind of option. I think that's really cool, especially if those stratagems are impactful. Like,
Especially if you got to ask yourself a question: do I want to use this strat to help kill this enemy's unit, or do I want to score 3 victory points or 2 victory points, and kind of go from there? So I think it's going to lead to a lot of interesting decisions.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to get upset that I didn't order it on time on Saturday, and make Dickie photocopy his one set because Canada's going to get like 7, and there's only like 3 players up there. I think, right? Dicky's like you and Scary and Dustin. That's the Canadian meta, right?
well, based on the
be
amount of
very
people that
nervous,
applied to come to my event, yeah, that's about 13.
Oh, I got something for this.
No, I'll order. I gotta order some because last time I went to Warhammer World, they laughed at me because they didn't have cards, so I gotta pick them up early this time.
Do we think this is kind of this past couple of years, because this is going to sell it right away? People are going to be bitching about it. It's going to give me so much content for next week.
Yeah.
But is this kind of the wake up call to move to digital, or to provide a digital option?
They should have scoring software like
Yeah,
as
a
part of the
GW
application.
scoring app.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Completely agree. Other game systems do it, and they're not as popular.
Yeah, I always don't trust that the tabletop random card bullshit. I'm like, come on, man, that's not real.
I gotta say, playing Chaos Knights and having your opponent say, "Oh, I'm gonna hit this random button. Oh, I've got
Oh, bring it down. Weird.
bring it down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no
Well,
prisoners
if
and
your
bring it
opponent
down.
can just
Oh, no.
bring it down against you. They're probably like, come on, man.
Well, what was fun is they usually have trouble finding the second one. They bring it down is an easy one to take, but it's like I have one character, so it makes it harder for that second one. So usually they get bullied into just going random, drunken commander style. Speaking of drunken commanders, though,
Oh,
something is happening.
That's actually such a good joke, John.
Something is happening. We don't know what,
uh-huh.
but on Friday the 23rd of May, or the 24th of May, if you live somewhere else, like what's that island off of South America called? Australia. If you live in any of those places, they're going to preview something. We have no idea what it is, and GW has been really good recently about making sure that they are like sealed up tight against leaks. And there's no way
Oh no.
that this can be leaked before they even preview it. That would be insanity.
Leaked and sold. Yeah.
Leaked and sold. Yeah. So welcome to Saturnine, the latest box from the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness,
Yeah.
where some guy is just selling a bunch of them.
Fell off the back of a truck.
Same place Danny gets his Demon Princess.
Yeah, Danny is a demon princess. I'm the same guy.
Yeah, $500 for that box. That seems like a lot until you kind of potato quality enhance. We have Saturnine Terminators. Now, Danny, to be controversial, the person we're looking for.
What, you, John?
They wear Timberland boots. So that heavily implies Pacific Northwest. They also look like some kind of truck.
Mhm.
That fits a lot of boxes there. But there's not a lot of clues on here. I will say the Saturnine pattern Terminator armor is the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever seen, and I kind of hate it.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty 40K though, right? Like,
No, it's 40K.
No, it's 30K.
What is grimdark about making someone into like an armadillo?
well, I mean, I don't think they look like an armadillo. I think they look more like a cobra. like
That's
a
fair.
weird, stupid Cobra. But like, I don't know. If you look at the early art and stuff like that, it's
Stupid.
somewhat nostalgic. I don't like love the Saturnine pattern armor. I get where you're coming from. Like, I like other patterns much better. But it's not the worst. And the Dreadnought's
The
pretty cool.
Dreadnought is sick. I'll give it that. That Dreadnought looks amazing. I can't wait for it to show up on tables as a Custody Dreadnought by people who don't want
Yeah.
to buy Forge World stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I just see the Saturnine Terminators and I'm like, Force Blinkers, their field of vision around their shoulder pads is going to be awful. They're going to be able to see like 30 degrees in front of them at all times. But
Well,
Games
they
Workshop,
don't use it anymore. So
maybe they were like, this guy
There's a
can't
reason.
see. Yeah, but look how much like a Cobra he looks. So let's
No.
use this.
the Mark II Marines are pretty cool.
The Mark II Marines are cool. The Dreadnought is cool. The Captain, I kind of want to hope that you can build him without the shoulder pads. Because that's a cool pose, and
No,
I'd like to just
only
regular
shoulder
shoulder pad him. And then his Iron Halo is hilariously oversized.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Games Workshop, though, they were actually actually we want to anger people first. Danny, what are we looking at here?
So this is a blown up image of the very blurry Saturnine leaks of a Saturnine pattern Terminator.
Yep.
And they're superimposed over this as an outline of a shape, a transhuman body, if you will, in the position it would have to be in order to fit inside of the armor anatomically. Now, it looks like the man is very bow-legged.
Mhm.
Like he's resting on his crotch, like riding a horse. Sort of.
It's a young Space Marine, because an older one, the testicles would descend down either leg shaft, and that would just
Right.
not be good.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your gene seed like that, John.
No, absolutely no. But last time we posted a picture of a suit of Terminator armor with like a red outline around it.
People hated it.
For like a year plus, we had to be like, stop it. We don't care. But
We
you got
don't
to the point where I
endorse
did care. So
But
we're gonna get
here's
that
a
off.
picture of this.
We're gonna get this off so
We
people
do.
can stop complaining.
Yep. Oh no!
We're gonna
Oh dear.
this Lord, Danny is a much more natural position. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree, John. It looks this man seemingly using the restroom inside of his armor, with his stance, holding on to his Thunderhammer for support.
I want to thank Josh Neal for sending that to me like as we were prepping to go live, and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw this in because that's a fantastic image. Cursed, but it's fantastic. Oh God, it's
Beauty.
that's
It's
so
a
bad.
thing of beauty.
So bad. GW though took it all in stride, as they've usually done with leaks over the last couple of years here. On their own personal website, the Horus Hearsay, which is just chef's kiss. Fantastic to really promote the new edition or new boxes that are coming out. They essentially just made fun of the shitty photos, which I think is my favorite thing about GW is their passive aggressive response to leaks.
Yeah.
Danny, how else could GW respond to leaks?
Aggressively, John, which is what I would like to see.
Aggressively, like
Yeah.
responding to the Facebook post, like, is this still available? And then when like, yeah, like, suckers served. You're
Yeah.
going to civil court, son, in Florida
That's
for
right.
some reason.
We're going to sue you for some non-existent loss that we've calculated.
$10 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's so yeah, they have that on there. Going in ever since actually this leaked, the timer, the drop site massacre timer dropped in half. So they've got the time because I think there was someone be like, guys, I think we just keep the timer. And they're like, no, I don't want to. But yeah, it was fantastic. Oh yeah, back to the back of the box there with our.
I mean, somebody's in trouble, John. That's all
somebody
I have to say.
is in trouble, and it's this
Oh,
guy's wallet
beauty.
because this
Oh,
guy,
look at that guy.
brand new Chaos Knight coming. He has a beautiful drill, nipple missiles, and I'm going to say underwhelming flamer. But
Oh no, the
No.
flamer's the best part.
read my lips. 2d6, strength 8, AP -2.
Okay.
I think that's what it's going to be.
Does it
18
ignore
inch range.
cover?
What's that?
It's got to ignore cover, right?
Yeah. I don't like flamers on things I can Overwatch with.
You think it's damage 1?
I think it's damage 1.
No, that's a
Come
giant flamer, dude.
The thing
Mhm.
is as big as a hellhound.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
think he looks cool.
He does
Well,
look
maybe.
really, really cool. I think the happiest I was about his announcement was finding out that while Imperial Knights are being split into 2 different boxes, where one box is going to have the bits to build Anus Rex, and the other one is going to have the parts to build the other knight that's coming out, their new knight.
Uh-huh.
Chaos Knights are just having one big knight box. So
Yeah, that's
all of the weapon options are going to be in that box. That box is going to be like 7 foot tall, based on sprues at this point. But anything that lets all my knights have a tail, I'm pretty happy about. I will say, I'm pretty sad that there's not an easy way to get knight weapons though. Like GW, charge me $40 for a battle cannon upgrade sprue or whatever the fuck you want for that one there. I don't want to buy Imperial Knights to get battle cannons because I like my little backwards legs, and these guys gonna have it there.
I have some
Jack,
printed ones.
Jack, they said they have 2 boxes in the article. I believe they went back and corrected that. If I'm wrong, I'll never admit to it, and I'll just say that GW has it out for me.
That's classic for
classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Moving on. Today, the entire Space Wolf Codex leaked.
Oh,
We didn't get any fun puns from GW this time. I think they're probably genuinely upset.
yeah.
But speaking of genuinely upset, Danny, the Space Wolf book.
I'm not upset.
No,
I think
I'm
it's
upset.
cool.
I
I
think
kind of want to play Space Wolves, man.
What?
I know.
they are
That's
very.
I know that's a big 180 for me, but
I next think you're going to be riding a horse.
All right.
What the hell?
no, Dickie, it's Blood Claws. If that points cost is correct, that is blowing my mind right now.
It's hard to imagine that points are going to be the same. They're different in every book, right? So
Well, not for the new stuff usually.
I posted in a Discord a while back the Death Guard points page from the Codex, and at least 2 people responded with laughing emojis being imagine trusting book points in the year of our Lord 2025.
Yeah.
But you're right. The points were actually pretty close to what they were. Blood Claws are stupidly cheap.
Yeah, they're 13.5 points for a Space Marine that advances and charges. Like, yeah, okay, they don't get wound rerolls like Assault Intercessors, but they can if you take Ragnar.
Yeah, and there's like a whole bunch of sagas that give you +1 to wound anyway, right? So
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. They seem cool. It seems like you could do kind of a cool horde army. There is some stuff that's weird though that I noticed. Like there's no caveats for other Space Marine characters joining any of the units
Yet.
So right, yeah, and there may be an errata or something like that comes.
Oh, you mean like captains and lieutenants and whatnot?
Right, like they can't join the Terminators. Like
you wouldn't want Space Wolves to be able to have everything. You just want them to have most of the cool things.
Well, yeah, I mean they can take like regular Terminators. It would just be neat if they could take captains and stuff like that. That opens up some interesting play. But yeah, no, it seems like a very good book. I'm excited to see what they do. You know, John, I'm still maybe I'm too hopeful, but I want to see those drop pod rules so bad.
I want it so bad,
like because like I can see like doing Black Mains or something like that, like with a bunch of Space Wolves and drop pods. Sounds like a really fun list to play.
It sounds like a Jumbo if I've ever heard.
You know how many points I have? Like how I can actually fit in 6 Blade Guard if I can put that Death Company in a drop pod instead of a giant repulsor. Like I just show me the rules.
Oh, also the champions unit, the one with like the Blade Guard veterans for Space Wolves that have wolves,
ablative dogs,
but they're not.
No.
Yeah, if you read the rules, they become 2 units like at the start of the game. Why?
So probably so you can't have appellative dogs. Maybe PETA got to Games Workshop before they released the book.
They're
And
just
yeah.
gonna throw them into things.
And they're like, buddy, you can't have a unit where people are going to be like, well, I'm just going to get rid of the dogs first because I don't care about those ones.
They've been doing that for years.
Not a good look. So it's less wolf jail like you named the episode, Dickie. It's more like wolf adoption clinic.
Yeah. Well, there is. I'm really surprised Thunderwolves made the cut. I was really thinking that they'd
did.
go the
Mhm.
way of the dodo. But they lost some of their character options in kind of doing a quick read through. They have one
Yeah,
character.
there's no Thunderwolf characters anymore,
Yeah.
which makes Thunderwolves
Way
probably like
worse.
kind of dog shit.
Yeah. But I did read one of the detachments is just you get the come in one turn earlier though. Well, like there's an enhancement. I'm like, oh, okay, so you can kind of do it.
Yeah, what's his face does it? The Logan Grimnar does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And a couple of Vectors in there as well.
Oh yeah, he does have the Vect as well.
They're going to be very good, I think, coming out though.
But he did lose his full rerolls to hit Aura like for once per battle round, right? So
Right. Yeah, he is like very selfish now, honestly.
Yeah.
He gives you the strategic reserve manipulation and then also that the Vect. Yeah.
Very selfish.
Jack Kwan coming in here with some very good information about Space Wolves, but more importantly, pointing out that I was right. And they did change the article about the Knights, and all Chaos Knights do come in just one box now. Apart from Executioners, where you still have to figure out how to get autocannon arms. Expensively is the way I chose.
But it looks really interesting. It looks like Space Wolves have access to a ton of damage 3 profiles, like Jack said. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, fucked. Is going to
Yeah,
put
the characters are good.
Yeah. Which is perfect because there's a whole bunch of new characters coming out, and I'm going to start just that old rumor that they're only good because they're new characters.
So my conspiracy. So John Lennon, captain of WTC Team America, petitioned the WTC to have a vote in order to let Space Wolves in because based on the timing of their FOMO and whatnot,
Ooh, yeah.
He's asking for them to let them in, and he's asking for a captain's vote. I wonder why he would ask for that.
Well, it's not like he's already read all of the book and had some time to kind of go through it all.
So that's my thought process, but I'm sure there's a valid reason. He just wants the love of the game to be involved.
I think you'll find, much like all Team America things, it's about freedom, Dickie. You might not understand it.
I don't.
But he doesn't want the restrictions in there. He just wants to play with the rules that are available. It's in the WTC Constitution, the Second Amendment, that thou shalt use all printed rules, including legends.
That's correct.
FOMO.
That's an absolutely correct citation, John. Thank you for that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, we'll pull up the WTC Constitution one of these days. Probably when Dickie's at it. Yeah. Article 2. If it's written, it's used.
Yep.
I just got a little community dumpster this week.
Just a little,
just a little one here.
Just a little bit.
I gotta be real with you. I gotta be real. The work's been kicking my ass this week, and it's been minor Warhammer times. But
hear that.
I did share this with Danny. The Thousand Suns, all of their points were leaked early by Games Workshop accidentally releasing the Spanish points update.
Oh, Biblioteca Jeffy Mephiston. Okay.
Yeah, so we came across Jeff Memphiston, which is made me desperately. Danny, we got to rework my list to fit Jeff Memphiston in. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's fantastic. But please, Danny, Dickie, what kind of powers does Jeff Memphiston have?
Well, he's got a power fist, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he has how many attacks, Danny? 1, 2.
Well, he's got like 3 good attacks.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, he's got good profile on those.
Yeah, well, really good profile on
this joke's gonna hit with like the 2 people in our audience here. You ready? Jeff Memphiston, who kind of stands in front of the assembled masses of the Blood Angels, and he's like, if you look at your enemy and you say Horus, you might be a death company. Jeff Memphiston.
Yeah.
The joke is
Oh,
instead of Jeff
You don't
Foxworthy,
have to explain it.
right.
who was a really famous. Oh, no, I
no,
do.
Dickie. I'm trying to understand. John, please
Oh, my
continue.
bad. My bad. Sorry.
Jeff Foxworthy, who grew to fame with the Blue Collar Comedy Tour,
Yeah.
including
Might be
Ron
a
White
redneck,
and
we got
Larry
it.
the Cable Guy.
John, what
Yeah.
kind of fashion stylings did Jeff Foxworthy favor?
Well, a lot of denim, some plaid too. They were just regular working men, regular multimillionaire working men.
Uh-huh.
And he rose to fame alongside Lawrence the Cable Guy and Ronald White.
It's Larry the Cable Guy, clearly.
Oh, I think you find Jesus and his mom calls him Lawrence.
Legally, Dickie, it's Lawrence.
Lawrence. Wow.
He
Ronald
came
White.
in with you might be a redneck and used observational humor to find out that way. So what I did there was just took the name Jeff, applied it to Memphiston, and said you might be a death company, and they wouldn't get it because they're insane.
Well, I'm glad we spent 10 minutes
You
explaining
made
it.
a pact
Yeah.
with all 4 chaos gods. You might be Horus.
If you spend more time polishing your gold armor than saying your prayers, you might be a sanguinary guard.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah.
Amazing.
I just now I'm seeing like, okay, Blood Angels, so many named characters and special characters. They're all just the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Yeah, like Dante is just Bill Engvall.
Why is Tycho still in the book?
No.
It's all just
they
the
got rid of
mullet.
Tycho? Oh,
Yeah.
he's my favorite.
And then who would Dante be? He would be Ron White. He'd just stand there old as fuck with a glass of whiskey
Yeah.
and a cigar.
Yeah.
Just wishing he was dead and not doing the Blue
Wishing
Collar
he
Comedy
was
Tour.
dead. Please, someone kill me.
Beautiful. Jeff Memphiston. What a champ. Sherman says you pronounce it Heffa, which is false. It's Jeff.
It's
think
'cause
it's
you
FA.
clearly don't know, Sherman. Uh-oh.
Yeah. This guy here. People reading Warhammer 40,000 trying to justify everyone's actions. STFU. It's not about who's a good person. It's about who's your favorite war criminal. So Danny Dickie, who's your favorite war criminal?
Eldrad.
Eldrad.
Oh,
Yep.
Erebus. Erebus? Erebus.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
we're updating Microsoft Word here. Let me stop that real quick.
Great.
There we go. Perfect. We don't want to do
This
that
is the
right now.
kind of technological expertise that we
The-
have here.
Yeah, that
Remember
John's
that.
bringing to Only Hands as he tries to not break the show while Dickie's having fun. Dickie, who's your favorite war criminal?
Erebus. I said Erebus. And
Interesting
Danny was very
definition.
offended by my call.
Treason. I,
mean,
wouldn't say Treason's a war criminal. He's Indiana Jones, but a robot. And yeah. Like Ash Ketchum and Indiana Jones had an incestuous baby.
Was
And he was raised by Sean Connery's character from Last Crusade.
Sean Connery. Is Magnus a war criminal?
Oh yeah, he did nothing wrong. So he
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I think everyone is a war criminal. Is the point?
That's why Russ attacked him, because he was a criminal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sort of.
And now I want a cop style Space Wolf show where they just follow the Space Wolves around collecting galactic
Only
justice.
if they play Bad Boys.
I was
all
gonna
the
say
time.
Typhus. Yeah, Typhus would be my favorite war criminal because he doomed an entire legion just because he didn't like his dad.
I mean, Araman kind of did the same thing. Didn't he like turn all his bros?
No,
into dust?
no, he saved them.
But aren't there just
Armand is great. He's not a war criminal. He's actually really maybe one of the best people in the entire setting.
But didn't he just turn all his like marine bros into literal like drone dust people?
Yeah,
Not
but he's
all of
working on a
Yeah,
way
but-
to get
yeah,
them
but
back.
Slip in the Woods,
Otherwise, they were
Danny.
going to die from mutation.
Yeah,
Dickie,
but
the
from woods.
flesh curse would have taken them, and it would have been.
I just noticed that the Death Guard and Thousand Sons are very similar in the story.
Yeah, very similar, aren't they?
I think they were writing like the Nine Falls to Chaos, and by the time they got to those, they're like, "Oh shit, I don't care. Maybe just they have to
One
turn to
has a-
something else, or
He
they
has a
die."
flesh curse, yeah.
It's a flash grid. We already did that. I don't care. Let's just do it.
How good was the Buried Dagger, though? That was a great.
Oh
book.
god, that book is like my favorite heresy
wait.
book.
Like, so they have the same. What's the deal with the Blood Angels. They have a weird thing that they have to work through, right? It's the
Yeah,
black.
their dad got murdered by their uncle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anyone would take that pretty seriously.
You ever heard of generational trauma, Dickie?
It's okay to not be okay. But this
That's
dude
funny.
says, he's like, it's okay to not be okay. Also take mortal wounds.
Also, yeah. Plus
Um,
one to wound.
beautiful. We have this is something I want to do here. It's competitive queues, casual A's.
Mhm.
Where I went to Warhammer competitive, I found us some competitive questions that we're gonna give some answers to. But due to our various skill levels and interests in people, they're gonna be quite casual answers. But for the group, we have how to understand and use reactive move to your advantage.
Oh.
Okay. Well, there's basically two things you can use reactive moves for.
Yeah.
You can either use them to move towards the enemy to screen them out
Mhm.
from an area you don't want them to get into, or you can try and move away or into a different position.
Behind
Is that
the
to your
wall.
advantage though?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I do like
Like
reactive.
offensively, you push forward.
Mhm.
Defensively, you try and get behind terrain or away from the target.
I will say that's why I keep joking that I'm going to kick that repulsor to the curb as soon as I can get a drop pod. But I do love being able to just pile back in it.
Oh,
So good.
It's very fun.
So
it's good and annoying.
It's both, yeah. I think I used it against Danny when he went to charge some intercessors who stickied an objective and then just got back in an impulsor, or the repulsor, and it was one of the two things I did right that game. But yeah, it's reactive moves are pretty cool. I think anything that you can do outside of regulation is amazing, movement wise, which is why the assault phase and the pile-in phase or the free movement phase is amazing.
Yep, pretty good.
All right. I don't know how to improve. Hello. This isn't me writing this, by the way, so fuck you before I even say it. Hello. I like to think of myself as a decent player, usually going 3-2 or 2-1 at RTTs. However, I don't know how to improve from here. I've tried watching YouTube videos to improve, hopefully not this one, as well as other armies. Main army is World Eaters, then Chaos Knights, then Nids. I've been playing 40k since 6th edition. Again, this is not me. I'm pretty consistently at events and local clubs since 9th, and that's how you can tell it's not me. But my results never seem to improve. I don't think I lack game knowledge, just there are always opponents that know the situation better than me, if that makes sense. Any advice for how you improved or recommendations for coaching would be great. Thank you.
Oh, very, very nice comment.
Canadian.
Must be. Okay, so if you're so it looks like you play armies like World Eaters, Chaos Knights, and Tyranids. So Tyranids are
Dude, Dickie's coaching advice to get a good list.
Yeah, I was like, okay, can you play something good? So they all have very drastically. The one thing I noticed is the armies have very drastically different play styles. So World Eaters are very stage up and then do something called like a big all-in turn. And
Yeah, it's nice too, though.
Sort of, but like you have way more OC, you have more durability. Like and guns. You have guns. That's cool, right?
Mhm.
So I think I would say, are you bouncing between those armies? See, I'm asking questions when I should be answering them, but are you bouncing between those armies? If you are, maybe pick up the one that you're going to hold true to for a while.
Mhm.
And a lot of the time for me, it's not so much your game knowledge, it's understanding what other armies can do that tend to give me more like strategic advantage on the table.
Yeah. Before
also-
I want to jump in there real quick to something Dickie said, which was the stick to one. Because like I said, I ran not an optimized Necron list for like 6 to 7 months. But got pretty good at it and was able to eke out wins where I would usually lose, not because the army was super OP, but because I knew it inside out and how to play it. And that really helps. So even if you're getting your ass handed, like going 1-2 at RTTs, 0-3s, losing, you're getting so much valuable experience. You're going to learn a lot more from losing than you are from winning. But Danny.
So my advice to you would be the people that beat you challenge to games on the side casually.
Mhm.
And so play those people. Play the people that are better than you or the people that you don't win against, so you understand what they're doing and ask them questions while you're playing so that you can kind of see the things that they did better than you and capitalize on those and remember those tricks that they can use against you for the future. So not only are you getting experience against an army that maybe you didn't really understand how it works if they play the same thing, but you're also playing against someone who is able to defeat you. And so those are the kinds of opponents that you need to play more like often. The best kind of opponent that you can play for, like, not only for replayability but for like getting better, is the person that you beat half the time, because it's going to feel good when you win against them. But at the same time, like, it'll be a tough struggle almost every single game.
Every single game.
So,
yeah.
I almost exclusively, outside of like RTTs and tournaments, play people who can kick my ass and are really good at the game. Because while in the moment you're like, yeah, I lose a lot, I do all this other kind of thing. What happens is if you do all your pickup games and games outside of a tournament setting, that's the other hint, is you have to play outside of tournaments.
Yeah.
You can't just show up at your RTT and that's your Warhammer for the month. But if I'm consistently playing people that are better than me, yeah, I might be losing all the time, but as soon as you hit the tables at a tournament, you'll instantly see how much better you are as a player from those humblings. So, yeah, look at that little rare Nurgle Matt compliment.
Hey, Nurgle
Well,
Matt.
some team. Well, I don't want to talk about this one anymore because we already nailed it. Fucking done.
Yeah.
Boom. Casual opinions. I am struggling.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'll read the rest. Hey, I play Black Templars and I really like them, but I almost always lose my entire army by turn 2 or 3. I have tried things like stopping myself from overextending, deploying everything into cover, but I'm still able to get tabled every game I play. What do? I tend to play against my best friend, who's a lot better than me, even though I am the one that got him into the hobby.
Oh dear.
That's
It's the worst.
that's such a great shitty aside.
And he plays CSM.
And he plays Chaos Space Marines. He has a reliable strategy to absolutely get rid of me every game we play, and it works every time. Is there something I'm doing wrong?
What's the strategy? Like, if he can identify what it is.
Yeah.
Like, is the table like barren of terrain? Like, I don't like.
well, like okay, so if he has is he doing the same thing to you
Same strategy.
every single game, like, think about what those things are that he's done to you that have really wrecked you and made you lose, and try and figure out a way that you can stop him from doing that.
Mhm.
And so whether that's killing key units, or like maybe screening your army better with like sacrificial units and stuff like that, like, those are the things you really have to consider if you want to try and like get better.
This is gonna sound super nerdy, and it
Love it.
is. But
I like Star Wars.
get TTS and like just walk through maybe the last game that you
Mhm.
played with them, like in your head, like put the little models on the table, walk through like the first couple turn moves, and identify what happened, and then create a strategy in order to how can I bait him into something, or how can I kind of overcome that strategy? Maybe
Mhm.
it's as simple. Like, honestly, I've been playing with corn skull jugger crushers.
That's absolutely a unit. I have no proof
the-
otherwise.
Flesh crushers.
the crushers. And I was like, I couldn't make them work. I was trying, and they're 220 points, very expensive. And I finally just like gave up, and I was like, man, I don't. And I talked to a buddy, and he goes, you just gotta ingress them. And I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, maybe. And I ingressed them, and I was like, holy shit, they're actually good. And it's just playing a unit differently than
Mhm.
you're thinking will change the
Yeah.
whole makeup of the army. Maybe it's one simple strategy that you can employ that will help.
Dude, that was the same thing with me with Chaos Knights. Like I was doing it, and then I talked to a guy who's really good at Chaos Knights, and he was like, "Which of your war dogs are you putting in reserve?" I'm like, "None of them." He's like, "Oh, don't do that."
Yeah, because you want to
so
attack an objective, right? Yeah.
the next game, I reserved like 3 War Dogs. And that turns around and it's be like, oh, this is super effective.
Yeah.
How have I not been doing that? So yeah, just try to playing around in different ways. And Danny's right. If he has a reliable strategy that he's doing over and over again, fuck that strategy.
Yeah.
Counter that strategy because he's not going to be expecting it because apparently he's been whipping you for a while.
But that's what like I love TTS just to like I'm a very visual guy, like I need to see it. So to be able to put it on like a virtual table and kind of walk through and even positioning and seeing, oh, that's why he positioned here. That's why this happened. And that's a big deal, man. That can really help. Yeah.
And be sure to point out that you're the one who got him into the hobby. Maybe to tell him to stop being such a tryhard. That's also valuable.
Also tell him to paint better too. That's always
yeah. Question his paint jobs. Sit on his dice.
Yeah, is that 3-color minimum, sir? Whoa.
Yeah, take his 10 points away because one of the rims wasn't done.
Yeah, take 10 points away. See if you can still spin.
Oh, that's another rimming joke. Great.
Oh, this isn't necessarily a competitive question, but I thought it was interesting when I saw it. What's the most common unit data sheets? I'm new to the game, but so far as take as infantry is like toughness 4, save 3. Elite infantry, toughness 5. I would argue 6 now, but save 2.
Yeah.
What would you guys say is common stats for data sheets that you have to account for?
And usually it's invulnerable save for me.
Yeah.
So like usually it's going to be a 5 up invuln or 4 up invul, and how many wounds. So if it's 3 wounds, that's a big deal.
I have to say this past month I've been working more when list building to be like, how does this list deal with 4 up invuls?
Yeah.
Because I've noticed, I don't know, Danny, if you've noticed, but my main source of bitching about Warhammer recently has been units with 4 up invuls. But that I think that just comes from my apparently desire to or magnetism to custody players just now. And then also some demons.
Did my army have a lot of 4-up invulns? And I'm like, yeah, it did. It really did.
It really did. So something I'm asking myself now is because if there's a common thread of things I'm annoyed by, and I think this is the best thing to look at when you're army creating. Most common unit data sheets. I mean, that's cool that there's a generic metric for everything. But what annoys you the most? Because that's probably what you're not dealing with right now. And like I said, the list I build, I have no problem getting rid of chaff because I can put out a shitload of strength 4 or 5 AP1 attacks. But if you put a 4 pinball save in front of me, I will bounce off that so hard I'll be like a quarter off of Danny's ass. Just all day.
Danny, are you okay with that analogy? Or
very firm?
No.
Danny, do you use sort of like the old school, like mech would be the old school terminology of marine equivalent and kind of other things like that?
Yeah, like if I want to, if I want to see like what output for a unit is like, if I'm just kind of like running some math hammer on stuff just to see like how effective should I find this unit to be, I'll like kind of account for units, but I won't think of like a general block of statistics. I'll be like, well, what about Marines? And that covers like most different Marines. What about Guard? Or like something that's toughness 3, 5 up save. What does that look like? If I'm doing like maximum damage here. Or like, what is it doing? Something that's toughness, something that I would need 5s to wound, and something that I would need, worse than that to wound, and see what those numbers look like if I'm trying to judge effectiveness. And then I'll go against a 3+ save and a 2+ save. If it's worse than that, then I usually don't care.
I will say I use they don't sponsor us, and I feel they should sponsor us because they sponsor fucking everything else. Adept Roll is an app that I use, and you can preset like targets for your weapons. So it's called Adept Roll, and they will sponsor us because I'm sure they would love to sponsor.
They would. And also, it was already on my cloud. It wasn't downloaded because I haven't used it in a long time, but I have it on my phone. That's how you know it's good.
Is that one of the ones that we had somebody on for?
Maybe. It's been so long since we've had anyone on.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah, Math Hammer. Terrible for the table, great for prepping.
Yeah.
And then not to charge, say, a unit of assault intercessors into because
don't do that.
You've
Don't
already
do
math hammered in your head that's going to go terribly.
That was on stream. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I also did that to Danny. That
Don't do
did
that.
not work out well.
Frogum is really bad, but what he's really good at is people thinking they can charge him.
Yeah, no, I
don't do that.
just want to shoot
He
him
likes
in
to fight.
He likes to
Yes.
fight.
BCP and points penalty. Hi, I'm a TO for an upcoming tournament, and some players have submitted their list late. How can I apply a points penalty to their score?
I don't know.
I think
In the app, maybe.
I think it's in
You
the
can.
app. Yeah.
personally, this is a friggin' terrible thing to do for someone who submits list late. I don't know, but Dickie, would you take a tactical point penalty?
A tactical.
Well, it's not even tactical because you can't see anyone on the list anyway.
It depends.
If you can see someone's
Sometimes
list,
after lists are due, they also like everyone's list becomes visible.
then would you take a tactical point penalty to look at everyone's list?
It depends on who I am. I personally
That's existential. Fuck, I love that so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
like what I'm trying to get out of the event, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I feel like I'm a contender for the whole tournament and like I really need to win that bad and I want to see what the other top people are playing because there's a high likelihood I'm going to have to play against them later on in the event.
Depends.
I can maybe see taking a small penalty.
Mm-hmm.
It also affects you're going to get pared down round one after round one too.
Dickie, is this the modern submarine?
The modern submarine, maybe. Also, like, so the way lists are designed now is you just wait for Art of War or like one of the big chads in Europe to like get a good list, and then you just copy it. Like, doesn't everyone do that?
Dude,
like, isn't that what we always do?
The chads in Europe, they designed that list 6 months ago. So why is your list even late?
Exactly. So
Right.
the meta that generally you will find the meta is like a month behind. So
I'm sorry. I think we needed more bit processing power for the level of eye roll we just got from Danny from you just saying that the meta's a month behind.
well, no, if you're following a list from an event a month ago, yeah, that's 100% a month behind. So I don't know,
that's
man.
fair.
I think man, I think that I wouldn't, because I would just assume all the kick dick lists are gonna be at the event and just like work through it in my own way. I don't know. That's just me.
But buddy, you got your own thing, your own list no one else has thought of, and it's good.
No, everyone's fucking thought of it. Like
no one else has thought of it.
There's no list that you can bring to an event that people will be like, oh, that's brand spanking new. No, man.
60 assault intercessors, 60 regular intercessors, 1 chaplain. Gonna win everything.
Yeah, 120 jackals and 2 corn lords of skulls. Boom.
See, that does sound pretty fun. Not gonna
Sounds
lie.
like a team.
Sounds like my back would break. Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally, I think here, fast dice rolling or different colored dice.
Yeah.
What is your guys' preference? If you are, say, going into a large mixed weapon unit, would you like everything rolled at the same time with different colored dice, or what are we doing?
So for me, I hate you rolling a bunch of different colored dice
Oh, I do
like
too.
at the same time because you probably haven't designated which ones you're going to like
Or
use
I'm gonna
first, like which
forget.
pool,
Yes.
right? Or I'm going to just
Or I'm
forget,
gonna
and it's going to feel like you're cheating, which is a bad feeling.
Yeah.
So, or me just be frustrated about it because I don't think you're actually trying to cheat. It just is annoying, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just roll them separately. I'm fine with that. That's actually that's actually how it should all play out
Mhm.
better for fast dice rolling, in my opinion.
And
Yeah.
I think the attacking player, they get to choose the order they roll stuff in, right?
Yeah.
For mixed weapon
Well,
units.
yeah. So like you specify, like I'm gonna roll this, but I mean, most people, like I have noticed some people rolling like my purple ones are my power fists, my red ones are
Right.
my dual.
Then-
weapons. I'm like,
But then how do
"Oh."
you decide, say, if what order you take the hits in then?
The defender would probably get to choose. I would.
Oh,
say.
fuck
That would be
that.
the only really fair thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck that.
But
I'm not giving you a
honestly, they
choice.
shouldn't do that. It says in the book that they
Right.
should roll them separately.
or if you are going to do that, just say, I'm putting them in this order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, just say that verbally. That's better, I guess.
But
Or
you're
if there's only like 2 weapons you're doing it
overcomplicating a
to.
simple process, though, too. Like,
Maybe that's
The time you are thinking you are saving by rolling all of the dice at once, you are instantly losing having to explain to your opponent what you're doing. And
Like
the 3
4
times you
times.
have to remind him that the blue dice
Yeah.
are actually eviscerators. Yeah, don't do that.
don't do it.
Just be better. Yeah, that's all I got.
We did it.
That was it. That was all our competitive
Everyone done.
questions, casual answers.
that was lovely.
I did enjoy that. You know, for all of the dick talks and stuff we usually do, it was kind of nice
Good
just to
job.
chat Warhammer Tactics.
Yeah,
We
man.
didn't mention penises even one time that
Oh.
entire.
We
Yeah.
alluded, though.
Nope. Yep. Our chins are ball slap free. We kept it nice and mature. Very PG-13. There was only one F-bomb this episode that Dickie will have to find and edit out.
Oh, what? Wait, I have to edit those out. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. We are not PG.
But Danny, you have an RTT coming up this weekend. Very
I
exciting.
do. Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna play for his children.
Are you? Or is it similar to what you ran against me, or is it one that
I think I might play the modified one that I sent you, but
Yeah.
we'll see. It might. I mean, Fulgrim is right there, so
the one that good players will not struggle into? Unlike myself, who struggled
Oh, no,
very
man.
heavily.
sometimes those 4-ups just go crazy, you know, and
You know
those
what,
demon
man?
princes are hard to
People
learn.
gave me like a lot of shit for bringing him, and I really liked him. Like, I thought he was really good. Like, he is lightning fast. Like 16, like advance and shoot, advance.
I
And charge.
was shocked by how quick he was.
He's very fast, and also like for combat armies, like if you're into like world eaters or if you're into like
Yeah.
name X combat army, he is a goddamn problem to deal with, right? So
Right.
yeah, man.
Yeah, beautiful. Dickie, you have anything Warhammer this weekend?
No, I'm prepping. We have a team event in Ottawa, I think in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So I am getting my World Eaters ready to rock and roll. I got to paint my little gorgeous baby Scarbrand up and his little
nice.
head. Gotta get him going, and I have to get some Corn Demons going as well.
This guy's huge. Look at force perspective. Look, he's the size of my head.
Yeah, he's very big.
Yeah. Massive.
big.
That's a
Massive.
100mm base, John. That's not some small wimpy base.
No, yeah.
Not compared to Fulgrim's, that's for sure.
I'm sorry.
Well-
Did you want to be able to hide him behind a ruin? That's what I thought, Dickie. Come on now.
No, he's ingressing in like a man and advance and charging.
Beautiful.
Yeah, baby.
I'm just gonna paint this weekend. I think, like I said, I have a lot more Blood Angels to do, and I keep on staring across at the Sanguinary Guard and wanting to paint some gold guys, and I'm like, no, I got to finish the Tacoma list first. Oh, so we're gonna be doing that. But anyway, for Grim After Dark, we're gonna be back next Tuesday for some more Only Hands, and this time it's wired, so the connection should be a little bit better.
it was great.
Fingers
Awesome.
So we'll be back Only Hands on Tuesday, and then we'll be back 2 weeks from tonight for another Grim After Dark. If this is your first time watching, hey, welcome in. I'm so sorry. It's one of our more serious ones. So I'm sorry you learned something. And we didn't just make fart jokes. Tuesday.
That's
Next Tuesday we will.
There's probably going to be fart jokes.
Probably. But for Grim After Dark, I've been John.
I've been Danny.
I'm a Dickie.
And we'll see you on the flip side.
Oh, I
Right,
don't
that's
like
a new
this.
outro. That's what we've been
Do
doing now.
not like that.
In the grim dark future there's no time for fun, but when the day's battles are said and done, John, Danny, and Dickie are here for a laugh. In a galaxy torn, they're the ones with the craft. It's Grim After Dark, where the bolters spark, where dread knights nap and orcs embark. Tune in, grab a pint, and don't be late, for tales of